Hey everyone, Dan here. We are during market hours on Wednesday, June 2nd. Today we're going to talk about Twitter and a potential play that I see unfolding. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And let's jump right in. So this is the 1 year-ish chart on Twitter, and you'll see more or less it's been in this blue channel, since about July of 2020. So going on a year, there was this enormous area here that it ran up and shot itself out of this channel, but it relatively quickly got itself back in there, over the course of about 6 weeks, and in doing so, it exposed this white box, which is a big gap here that really well aligns with a big gap here. So it left a big gap going up and a big gap coming back down, basically in that same spot, from like mid 60s down to the high 50s. So about a $7 range there. Now, what I'm looking for, let me get these MAs off the screen just so that it's a little less cluttered. But being that it hit the bottom of the channel here recently, and then has started to push back up toward this big gap, and has even stretched past the bottom area of it. I'm looking for a slight pullback. So this would be the beginning of a bullish move, like an overall bullish move toward the top of the channel, or I'm actually looking for it to stretch beyond again and sort of break the channel for good. But, I'm seeing a dip, like a potential bounce zone in this, like just call it 56 down to about 53. Well, it's closer to 54. So about 56 to 54. So a $2 range there. So, not a huge potential bounce zone, but basically that's because of the previous resistance that you see here, the previous support there that aided in this big move up, and then previous resistance here. So to me, that should be a pretty strong level. That's like $56 level. And then down here, you see previous support here, previous jumping off point here, or like near resistance at this point, and then previous support here. So that's sort of the area that I'm looking for. And I think that would be a decent sort of little pullback here. It had this run up from shy of $50 to almost $60. So I think a pullback into the mid to high 50s makes sense, and it's getting there. So this is the daily, so you see it's having its third red day in a row and coming back into this potential bounce zone. So what I'm going to plan to do is sort of set some limit buys in the zone and start off with a smaller position and build its sort of buy the dip down to that 53, 54 area. If it loses ground, loses traction there and is getting pushed down further, to me there's a couple of options. Either setting a stop loss or a cut loss at the break of the bottom bound of the channel, but probably I'd feel pretty tolerant of this 50.26 stop loss being the area that I would take as the level that I would set, minus the ATR. So it looks like it'll actually be in the 40s. So give it a little bit of room to breathe by using the ATR, and this way you don't get stopped out too quickly. To the upside then, I would be looking for something in the mid 60s as kind of an initial trim point, and that basically accounts for it coming back up to fill this gap and basically starting to complete that activity. At that point it may have additional momentum, additional interest that drives it up further. So, but to me that 63.72 would be the start, and then, maybe one ATR above that to take additional profit. So it's leaving about, say almost 20% to the upside with a potential downside of about 10%. So, not a phenomenal risk to reward ratio, but it does look like it could pan out really well. I'm given some extra confidence by how long this channel has mostly held. I know that this was crazy action, but sometimes you have to just ditch the outliers if there's otherwise, something that looks like a decent setup. So I'll be interested to see if we can get some green candles going in this mid 50s range, and I think we could have a decent bounce there. So I'll be watching it. Thought I'd share this in case it is of interest to you folks, and if anyone else is playing Twitter or sort of like looking for ideas of different stocks to look at, that's why I thought I would jump in with this one. All right, well, that'll do it for this quick video today. I hope everyone is enjoying their day so far. It's another wild one, and a lot of the tickers that we do commonly watch, Skills, AMC, of course, and SoFi. So it'll be interesting to see how we keep on trucking. But as always, I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you in the next video.